Well, greetings there, Blade fans. OG Blade Reviews. Back with you once again. And don't let me hesitate to put out my wonderful logo sticker there so you know who it is. But I told you who it is. So, hey, North Mountain Blade sent me something. It's the Chop 2. Chop Chop. Had one of these before, but traded it off. And now we're back again with a little bit different knife. I'm going to zoom out a little so you can see. Oh, right about there. This may work, this may not work. We'll see. Small background. So we've got a drawer style box here that contains a nice canvas pouch inside. They do a really nice presentation, and they really offer top-notch accoutrements, I would say. Inside the box, got to show you, in case you get one, you know what to expect. Microfiber cloth and a card, a blank plate in case you move the clip over to the other side. Very nice and convenient. And a sticker that shows you their San Mai style SLD Magic blade. So they've been doing a lot of advertising lately on Instagram. And as I said, I did an SLD, I should say a Chop 2 review back when I had one in G10 that I purchased myself. This one, however, comes directly from North Mountain Blade, the sellers of these fine knives. And take a look at that beauty, if you would. Meanwhile, some other goodies that they sent to me, and you don't see this too often. And I'm not sure if they sent this specially to me or if they come with each of their knives. They may very well come with each of their knives. You got some paracord to make yourself a lanyard, and we'll see where that lanyard might fit. We've got a couple of Q-tips. We've got some oil. We've got a hex bit to take the knife down, and a Band-Aid. Yeah, I didn't take them out, but that's basically what's in that pouch, which is cool. And then we've got more stuff here. Thank you for choosing North Mountain Blade. And here's a little bit about, I think they wanted to say San Mai. Okay, but I think they're spelling it San Mai. I don't think it's San Mai, it's San Mai. SLD Magic, noted for its multi-layered wavy surface. There's your HRC for you HRC freaks. Can never make that blade too hard, right? Rockwell hardness, delivering exceptional durability, sharpness, and toughness. Limited edition designs, and so forth. Now, since it's San Mai, or 3-layer steel, we see what they call a hamon, which you typically see on hand-forged Japanese samurai sword, katanas, wakizashis, tantos. I understand what they do is they etch this out, and it is a 3-layer steel, as far as I know. And the core is something like D2. I can't find any specifics on it, but that 6162 HRC, is that what they said? Yeah, no, 60 to 61 HRC should be plenty enough. And they do hollow grind the blade, and it is beautifully sharp. We're going to check that out in a moment. This particular one was out of stock and is out of stock a lot. This is the bronze aluminum. Here's what that means. It's copper and aluminum alloy, okay? It is said to be very strong. It's a little bit heavier than bronze itself. So I found by looking things up to the extent that I can. And it is heavy. So it is actually heavier than bronze. So beautiful looking knife. They hand polish this part of it where the hamon is. Okay. And far as I know, again, it is a layered steel. I can see the core here on the spine. Okay, so we should have a stainless cladding here with something like a D2 core. That's what I know about SLD Magic. MaxAce has done some knives in this as well, and some of their newest auto knives are in SLD Magic. But a beautiful knife, a little heavy for my taste. You know, I have to be honest and say I thought it was going to be aluminum handle that has been anodized to look like brass, but I was wrong. It is actually a solid material. It's what they call a frameless knife, in that it is all structurally, solidly the same material, with exception of the backspacer. And we've got some nice jimping there. You got some nice frag pattern on this particular handle. They make it in a number of different styles of this same material, as well as Ultim handles, G10 handles, and when you see the link, you can check it all out. And these are coming in somewhere around 100, since this was provided for review by the manufacturer. I can't say at the moment exactly what it is. Look at this beautiful swedge on top. It is very traditional. You see a lot of Kaikens, Quakens with that style blade. It is quite traditionally a katana style blade and not an Americanized Tanto blade. Why don't we do this? We'll get you some basic measurements, and then we'll go on and talk a little bit more about it. But great company. They got this to me quickly. It was out of stock, but they had it to me within a day or so after saying it was out of stock. So it's just a hair over 8 inches. We'll call it 8 inches. And the blade length is over a half. We're going to call that like a 3/6. Call it like a 3/6/5. How about that? Roughly. Didn't put the, I suppose I could put the micrometer, sorry, the caliper on it. Call things by the wrong names. Let's get the blade thickness first. 3.3 millimeters. Nice jimping on it, by the way. 0.13 inches and 0.49 on the handle. Here's where you're going to be a little bit startled, perhaps. It is a button lock. We'll talk about the button lock in a moment. Here's your weight. 6.86 ounces. Call it 6.87 ounces, coming up on 7 ounces. So that doesn't mean that all versions of this knife are that heavy. If you get the G10, if you get the Ultim, if you get some of the others, it's going to be lighter. If you get the version of this with the holes in the handle, it's going to be a bit lighter because you've got weight relieving through those holes. Clip. Not ideally situated for you deep carry enthusiasts, and I tend to like deep carry, but still, it actually gives you these two screws to hang on to pull it out of your pocket. And this side of the handle, the right side, is smooth, so that clip helps it, and the smoothness of the handle help glide it in and out of the pocket quite nicely. And you know, I've carried around, it isn't that really heavy. If you're wearing, you know, thin pants and suit pants, something like that, you know, maybe this isn't the knife for you. But again, you like the knife, you like the blade, you can get it in other handle styles. Let's talk about the button lock. A little bit of stick there. I'm beginning to not worry too much about lock stick. All it means is that it is going through the handle and encountering that, and the plunge lock here is encountering this side of the handle. But we're getting with this particular knife a lot of lockup, meaning that if I accidentally push on this with the flat of my thumb, it loosens, but it will not close. So accidental closure that you may worry about with many button locks, not an issue with this knife, I don't feel. You got to get the tip of your thumb in there and then it will close. So you can get a little more light on the subject here. Okay, that's what I wanted. There is your logo for North Mountain right there. Very nice. File-like jimping that works. It really is like a file. Your finger will not slip on that. And I can lay my thumb flat on the top of that flat spine. Look at that beautiful compound grind and that polished edge and the hamon. Hollow ground, as I said, in this portion of the blade, and flat ground in the tip. Sharpness test. Sure, why not? Felt sharp to me. Oh, wow. How smooth is that? God, that is beautiful. I mean, I just grazed my finger and I could feel it trying to bite me. Good God. That's one of the sharpest blades I have tested in quite a while, I must say. Beautiful knife. I'm beginning to like the weight of it. I'm really not minding very much. Again, you got some grippies here going with the frag pattern on the left side. There is your pivot. Looks like a T8. They did give us a tool with it. Here's your body screws, also a T8. So they only gave us one Torx. Yep, and those are looking like T8s as well. So 1, 2, 3 body screws, and of course the clip screws there. They look like T8s as well. I'm pretty certain, okay, without getting my kit out with the numbered labels on them. Let's take a look and see what they did here. So if I look at the Torx in the bag here, and I didn't take it out of the bag, but what is it? Oh, we're going to have to take it out of the bag. Bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. Got it. Let's see what we got. Can I get that in focus? Yeah, T8. Yep. You can see it. T8. So T8 all the way through. Very nice. No T6s. And that is really fine. For compare today, what have I got? I tried to get button lock Tantos for you. Here's the Thunderbird, one version of it from Vosteed. And Vosteed does a great job with their Trek lock. Also very difficult to accidentally close. You got to give it a deep push to close it. And one that you don't need such a heavy touch on. This is the Mad Tanto from Kaiser, a collaboration between Dam Designs and Kaiser. And this guy, you breathe on it and it closes. Fair amount of engagement, but you can easily accidentally close this guy. So if you want a fidgety knife, this is a beautiful knife. If you want one that has a little more security as far as the lockup goes in terms of not pressing that button when you don't want to, probably not the one for you. But a good deal lighter. It's nested liners and micarta. Real nice knife. Very fidgety, very smooth. And the Thunderbird with the Trek lock from Vosteed. And by the way, back flipper, front flipper, and hole and gravity opening on the Vosteed. Real nice. I was saying, if you need something exact, on these calipers here, I do have the ability, if I'm in inches, for instance, I can make sure I show it in the camera as well as be able to see it myself. So if I go here and then go there, I am getting 3.57 for the blade length, okay? That's your exact blade length. Handle by itself, if we go like this, Handle by itself, 4.43 inches. I'm not going to try any more acrobatics with the caliper, but that gives you the exact in case you needed that. I'm sure that's in their specs somewhere as well. But nice knife. Open it with the button, gravity opening, as with all button locks. And but certainly no accidental closures. A little bit of stick there to start. It's going to wear in. I wouldn't start pumping oil in there right away, but then again, they give you some oil with it. So, it's possible they want to encourage you to put it either on the pivot or on the button. And nice kind of dished out pivot there on the right side or the left side. On the right side, same kind of dished out pivot with the T8 in the center. And another look around, wide open on the back, no weight relieving on the inside, short back spacer. And how about that lanyard they gave us? Maybe here, I'm not seeing a provision for a lanyard, unless I'm missing it. Nope, I do not see a lanyard hole, but no biggie. Let me know what you think about this Chop 2 from North Mountain Blade. Be well, take care, and subscribe.